The Financial Services Bill consolidates over 90 financial services legislative instruments into one act and ensures a degree of harmonisation between all financial sectors. The Minister for Commerce said this was a modern, innovative and balanced approach to financial services regulation, fit for purpose for the next generation, and which recognises and implements the checks and balances required in any modern regulatory regime. A key component is the creation of a decision-making committee, which will be independent from the GFSC board. This will be composed of 6 members, including 3 lawyers, all of whom would be appointed by the minister. The committee would also decide on who will meet the costs of inspections, depending on culpability, as well as the proportionality of those appointments, as opposed to using internal staff members. There are also restrictions in the FSC's ability to publish statements at all stages of the regulatory process. These measures follow extensive consultation with the Finance Centre Council, which has criticised the Commission's heavy-handed approach to enforcement in the past. The Minister read out an extract from Nick Cruz's report as outgoing chairman of ATCOM, reacting to the changes in the new bill.
There are more checks and balances on the GFSC than ever before. Powers to apply sanctions are constrained by a level of independence from a new DMC. Ability to publish are much constrained. Powers on the relevant minister to exert control over the executive of the GFSC when required are enhanced, including power to remove its CEO in certain circumstances.
The right to appeal the appointment of inspectors or skilled persons is removed under the new bill, a point which drew criticism from opposition MP Daniel Feetham, who described the legislation as excellent, although he said it did not go far enough. He described new provisions for the appointment of inspectors as a retrograde step, which limits access to justice, and suggests these appointments should also fall under the remit of the DMC. On the point of immunity, proposed changes to the bill mean this will apply to more situations than it currently does, something which Mr Feetham does not agree with.
I've got to be careful what I say here because there is litigation on this particular point. But we know that there is a high-profile case at the moment that is in the Supreme Court where there was a publication by the FSC, and the point there to be decided is this publication covered by the immunity in the existing legislation? I think that the damage potentially to an individual's reputation today is much more than the damage then.
The Minister clarified that the right of appeal on the engagement of inspectors is removed as the right of appeal arises if costs are involved. He said the government intends to engage further with the Finance Centre Council before implementation of the bill, expected to be in October.